Hello my friends, I'm Buck Weezer and you've tuned to Buck Small Engine DIY on YouTube. And I have in the shop today a chainsaw, an Amazon chainsaw. It's a brand I've never heard of, SUPMIX. It's brand new, it's never been started, it's never been run, it's never been used. But the guy who owns it can't get it started and he asked for my help. And I thought this might be kind of interesting for a variety of reasons, and so I'm turning on the camera as we look at it together. He told me he bought it a year ago on Amazon, and finally he had the opportunity, the occasion in which to use it, that was more recently, and he was unable to get it started, even though it's brand new and has never been run or used. He ended up renting a chainsaw to cut up the tree that had fallen in his yard, and he asked me to look at this. Is there really something wrong with this? Is there really a problem? Is it maybe it's just user error, or he's not following the correct starting procedure? Is it possible that the recoil starter is just too stiff and he's an older guy? I don't know. It just seems really odd. And so the first thing I did is I went on Amazon and looked it up, and this exact saw is available on Amazon. I could buy it today for $108.29. That's it. This is a $110 saw. It's got a 20-inch bar. It's got 4.2 horsepower. It runs at 8,500 RPM. It weighs 14 pounds, and it only costs today $108.29 plus tax. So if you take a saw like this to someone to repair it for you, you know, if the guy spends an hour, 2 hours trying to get it going for you, well, what's the point of paying for that? You can just spend 110. You're already spending more in repairs than a new one would cost you. So it represents the easy availability of low-end, made overseas products that if they work great, if they don't, just buy another one. And anyway, what I'm hoping, for this gentleman's sake, that there's really nothing wrong, that we can figure out how to get it running, and I can call him back up and say, here it is, it's up and running, come take it, and everything's good to go. So let's find out what's going on with it, all right? We're just going to put it on the ground. I'm going to follow the starting procedures, and we'll see if we can get it going. Hopefully we can. All right, so before I start it, I want you to know I've got the manuals, user's manual, SUPMIX chainsaw manual, which is detailed with color pictures about how to set up the saw and also how to start it. I got the toolkit that comes with it new. And so I have everything as it would have been right out of the box. And when I come over here to the saw, the first thing it strikes me is this chain very, very loose, way too loose, so we have to tighten that. And this cover, chain cover, sprocket cover, doesn't seem to be on correctly. This one's torqued down, this one's not down quite as far, and the cover doesn't seem on there correctly. So that may have something to do with starting, I don't know, but let's see if we can sort that out first. Because I don't think that's on there right. Well, another little issue I see is it's not, the chain's on backwards. It's very clear in the manual the way it should be oriented, and this is on the reverse. So I got to take this off again. The chain's not on in the correct way, so that's impacting the setup too. Don't know if that has anything to do with it not starting, but we got to fix that for the gentleman real quick. Alright, so we have very detailed instructions on how to start a cold engine. Push ahead, the chain brake, push this switch on the start button, switch button on, which is in the up position. Pull out the choke knob fully, and then this is the interesting part. Pull out the starter handle. Let's pull the starter rope. maximum 6 times. You must stop pulling when you hear a big motor sound. I think that's funny how they express that. Well, when you hear it start to catch, to pop, to fire, to begin to run, that's when you stop pulling and you must press the choke plate in, or choke lever in. Push it back in, not half, and very important, push back the choke knob fully. Pull out the starter handle again, maximum 20 times. Wow. Chainsaw starts, and you can take off the chain brake and you squeeze the throttle. So what happens is your page ahead, if it doesn't start because you pulled it too many times, you're going to flood the engine if you pull it too many times with the choke on. So that may be the trouble. And then of course you got to remove the spark plug and pull it again to dry out the cylinder if you flood it. So that may be what's going on here, but let's follow the procedure as they've outlined it for us and see if this thing will start. Okay, not knowing anything about the age or condition of the fuel, I dumped it and added clean, fresh fuel oil mix. And we're going to give this a try. Switch up, choke out. There's no purge bulb or anything like that. And you don't squeeze the throttle. It's a max of 6 pulls. Our string seems a little long. It doesn't go all the way in. So was that the big engine sound? Let's turn the choke off and try it again. We about got it, I think. That worked. Let's see if it'll start again now that it's warmed up a little bit. All right. There you go. So no real problems, and it does start and run when you follow the starting procedure. All right, there you go. We fixed an Amazon chainsaw that wasn't even broken. And it was, as I guessed, maybe just a little bit of user error. It wasn't quite set up properly, so we've sorted that out for the gentleman. And, you know, when he comes to pick this up, I'm just going to walk him through the steps and the procedure for starting it, because it really did start easily when we followed those steps. So it's about customer education, I guess, and I guess that's part of the things that we have to do. So I think he'll appreciate knowing that there's no real problem, and learning how to get it up and running himself. So thanks for watching today's video. I guess it's just a reminder of that fixing is sometimes really more about educating. So that's what I'm going to do, and hopefully, you know, he'll have confidence in me to bring other projects to me, to refer me to his family and friends, and everyone will walk away happy. I hope you walk away happy. Leave your comments and questions in the discussion below. I always appreciate hearing from you, even if I'm not able to respond. Remember, guys, as I always say, only you can put the do into do-it-yourself. And I'll see you on our next video. Bye. Alright, so one more story real quick before you go. So I called the gentleman, made an appointment for him to come the next day to pick up the chainsaw, and I told him it's fine, I'm going to show you how to start it, we'll follow the procedure and you'll be good to go. So he showed up, and guess what? We went to start that chainsaw. It wouldn't start. The thing flooded. Would you believe it? So I said, all right, let's get the manual out. Together we will work the steps to do just what it says to do. If the chainsaw won't start because it gets flooded. So we took the spark plug out. I showed him how to do that. With the spark plug removed, you pull the string 20 times to dry out the cylinder. Put it all back together and then attempt to start it up without using the choke. And we did that and it started right up. So he got an extra lesson on not just how to start the chainsaw, but what to do if it doesn't actually want to cooperate. So I guess that was kind of fortuitous that it didn't start, because then I could demonstrate to him that that procedure for what to do when it floods. So everybody went home happy, and all worked out. So that's the end of the story. Thanks for watching. See you next time.